Welcome to episode 14 of HashBang TV.
Yep. I'm not doing the .tv thing.
HashBang.tv.
No, we're not doing that.
All right.
Yeah.
So we're here at the Innovation Warehouse in London, and HashBang TV is brought to you by AlphaPunk. All your creative needs. They do web design, they do video production, they do videos for apps as they're launching.
They do.
A very good example of one of those available. And so follow them on the AlphaPunk on Twitter. So episode 14, here we are again.
Yeah, and second caller to the bang line.
The second caller has left a message.
Yeah.
Who was it?
Well, it's our buddy Richard Spence.
Right.
So does that count?
Spugmola.
Spugmola on Twitter. He likes ukuleles.
What did he say?
Something about ukuleles.
Really?
Yeah. No, he said he wanted some cigarettes or something.
It's probably a wrong number.
Probably. Yeah. So thanks, Rich. Yeah, we appreciate that. Yeah. At least it works.
Yeah, it does work.
My app works.
Yeah. So you can ring the number. It's here.
Are you're still doing that, yeah?
Yeah.
We're going to persevere with this.
Yeah, we're putting it on screen, yeah.
Okay.
We want people to interact. We want people to ring up and tell us who they want to see on, whether they want to come on the show, what we can pimp, send us free stuff.
Lots of free stuff, yeah.
Yeah. We are a bit like Radio 1 now, aren't we? You know, we get all of the stuff being released sent to us.
Yeah, just like that.
Just like that.
Yeah.
So, anyway, on to the interview, today's interview. So, we have
NearNote.
NearNote.
Yep.
Yeah.
So so if you need to stay tuned because you're going to hear all about pivoting.
Yep.
We talked about that before.
Lots of pivots. They've even pivoted their roles.
They have.
They pivoted their idea, but they've also pivoted the jobs they do within the team.
Yep. I the best way to sum it up, I think, is student entrepreneurship.
Yes.
A great example of how to do this stuff. So if you're young, you're trying to figure out how to launch a business, you got to watch this episode.
Yeah. Or if you're old and you need inspiring,
you got to watch this episode. If you're middle-aged and you don't care, you got to watch this episode.
That's everybody, right?
We'll carry on. Just watch this episode.
Yeah, cool. Well, we're joined by Will and Matthias. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right.
From NearNote. So thank you for coming in.
No worries.
Yeah, putting yourself through it. But you've been through quite a lot recently. So you were part of Seed Camp. You went to Croatia and did a presentation. And then we saw your talk at Le Web, which is massive, right? Le Web London. So how did you get that opportunity? I mean, how did you end up pitching at the Web?
We sort of have this habit of just putting in applications speculatively. A lot of the time nothing comes of it, but occasionally you'll get that opportunity. So we were definitely one of the earliest companies there. They were looking for, it's called Faster Than Real Time was their sort of theme for the whole event. Yeah. We were selected, didn't really have to do anything else. We did a really short application and then just turned up on the day. We got some free tickets, so didn't have to spend whatever it is, £1,500 or something ridiculous. But it was a really, really good experience, a lot of exposure for us. And the video's on YouTube, so forever.
We'll link to it.
I think we were even the first ones. We got, I think, the most views.
Yeah.
That was the most thing. Yeah, we were kind of lucky. We were the first to pitch, so we were also the first of the videos. So all the people just first saw a video. So
that's what
that's probably the best thing. Yeah,
that's definitely best to go first. Yeah. The judges are engaged at that point, and you got quite a lot of feedback, right?
It was early, it was early, and it was, to be honest, so we were really, really nervous. We'd sort of had a week to prepare for it, and we were hacking together the demo product because theoretically we had to launch at Le Web, and I'd finished my exams 2 weeks before. Matthias had finished 3 weeks before.
Right. Yeah.
We'd been to Seed Camp the week before, and we didn't really have a lot of time to turn it around. But once it was done, we could also enjoy the rest of the conference. So that was a nice opportunity to get it out of the way. Yeah.
And so after you come off stage or later in the day, did you have lots of people come up to you and ask you questions about the idea?
Yeah, so there was a couple of great things. We had a startup lounge where we had a desk to ourselves, big sort of sign, put business cards out. They all went over the case of 2 days, sort of stacks of them, and a lot of people just coming up to talk to us. And for us, it was quite interesting because we sort of used it as a gauge for interest in the general space, and spoke to a lot of the other teams, some of whom are really, really great, people like Blipper, like Teleported, people that we really respect, and those guys got a lot of interest, and they're a lot more established than us. But we also had a huge amount of people signing up to our newsletter. Our website traffic went through the roof when it was announced, and we're still getting a huge amount of interest just because of that. So it was nice to get that sort of validation and you know, a huge amount of exposure for such a young company.
Cool. Yeah, so I mean, we obviously saw the pitch at the web, you know, around NearNote. But you were saying kind of when we were chatting before we got on camera that actually, you know, you've taken that feedback on board and you're kind of tweaking what you're actually doing. So, you know, tell us what the news story is, and you know, let's talk a little bit about, you know, obviously a young company gets feedback, changes direction. Talk us through that process, because you know, a lot of people watching the show will know all about the Eric Ries stuff and pivoting and all that sort of stuff, you know, so it's great to hear it from people who are actually living it.
Well, actually, Eric Ries is funny.
Question in the whole world. What he was.
Sorry, what was that?
I don't know, I've forgotten.
Actually funny you mentioned, so I actually met Eric Ries he came to UCL for Lean Camp, and this was just when we were starting out, and I sat down with him and had a chat about NearNote, and his advice was sort of use university as your test bed. You've got a great user base, but also he said, and a lot of other people have said to me, that you can have too much feedback, and it really is true. We started with a really great vision of a problem that we had on campus, and to be honest, over the last 6 months we spent so much time validating that we kind of moved away from what the real problem was, and we've basically come full circle. So we started off as, you know, we wanted to provide hyperlocal information to people. Events was basically what we were going to do, and we then moved into journalism because we got knocked back in terms of not being able to provide a valid enough business case for what we were doing.
Right.
And also in the space of hyperlocal, a lot of investors who also had the chance to speak to at such an early stage are kind of wary because there's a lot of skeletons in the space. So we were getting all of this feedback, lots of it's conflicting. It's like, who do you trust the most? You know, who do you actually value? And really, it's been in the last couple of weeks that we've spoken to a couple of like select people. We spoke to some people from like Blotter, Scott Allison, who is on 500 Startups, and he's from the UK. And we've spoken to, you know, some of the guys on the incubator program, Student Upstarts, which we're on, and it's kind of led us back to where we were originally, which is weird that it's taken us so long to do that, but.
Yeah, in the end, actually, we got the advice not to get advice. Because
continuously seek that feedback loop and never do anything.
So we basically just went back to drawing board and just said, okay, we really like to just solve the problem we faced on the campus, and the problem was that on the campus it was really difficult to find about events happening right now. So there's usually on the campus Freshers Fair, that we got the UCL 60, 80 society, something like that, who are really actively involved in the UCL community. But then you join the societies and you know what's going on. But once you're in the campus, you don't really know which events are happening in which building. So we're building right now a event discovery for really closed communities and closed networks. So we're launching on UCL, and we can maybe expand to Imperial LC too, because it's quite easy to just have a network of the societies, but there are also interconnections between universities, and building a discovery platform where students can easily find out which societies are providing which events, and then on top of that, building some analytic tools where we actually think about just like just implementing like a ratio of male and female just attending events. I mean, for freshers, it's probably quite interesting to know if it's actually just, you know, a fest of
photos from the place, so you can check out who's there. Like we're looking at sort of, so I mean, a couple of examples of this that have happened to me personally are, well, there's a food market. We never know when it is. It's always about 10 meters away from us. You could be in the library and you never know about it. Facebook came to UCL last year and 10 people turned up. So it's a 22,000 person university.
Why?
Because no one knows about it. And like they were giving out free stuff. They were giving out, you know, I got like business cards from people who work there. And you know, it's a really great opportunity. But because there's just so much going on, there's no place for people to look and basically find.
Hold on. Facebook and Twitter doesn't spread the word enough that Facebook's coming to campus.
No, because all Facebook can do is come to the societies, and everything gets, you know, buried under this heat. There's probably at least 40 events, you know, happening in the vicinity every day, because
just in the university.
Without
the outside.
University of London is huge.
So what's the plan? You're building the kind of MVP at the moment?
Yeah.
So that'll be ready in September.
Yeah.
So then are you looking to go into like an accelerator or raise money? What's the kind of plan?
No, we're totally going to focus on the users and just nail the product to that, because I think an incubator would just really disrupt our advices again, and we really like to just really focus on the user side. and I'm gonna be away. You're gonna catch up your studies again. So I'm gonna go to San Francisco, see some of my people there, and then also. And you basically just catch up your last year. So.
But we have actually. I mean, we've already been through an incubator. So Student Upstarts is the program that we are on. They provide seed funding, similar terms and amount to Y Combinator for basically graduates coming out of University of London unis. Now they're looking at the UK as a whole. Run by Matthew Stafford and Christian Jackenfeld, who's actually taken time out of Imperial to get this going. The investor is Nick Wheeler, who is the guy who started Charles Tyrwhitt, and his wife is the White Label company. So they're like a very successful couple. Put a lot of money into basically, funding student entrepreneurs, which I think is great. And the reason that we've already been through an incubator, and probably the reason why we have done quite a lot in a short space of time is because of that. Because they took us at business plan stage. We went, the two of us.
A piece of paper,
We'd done our pitch sort of the first time a week before in one of the university competitions, and from there it's just gone. They have massively accelerated us, and we have sessions on a weekly basis. They connect us with people who can help us out, and it's so definitely a really good experience. But I'm not sure if we go into another one now and give up more equity.
No. Now's the time. You've got all that feedback. You've said, you can have too much.
Exactly.
Now it's time to really create something that works.
We've done, we do apply to a lot of stuff. We were referred to Springboard, and we applied to Wyra, and we've done all, we applied to Y Combinator even when we weren't ready. Because these things
hustling.
But they just because writing all of those applications and speaking to people actually refines your product in a huge way. You're committing hours of time writing it down, and
that's good advice actually.
It really is. It's better than writing the full business plan.
Oh, 100%.
Totally more valuable. I'll say it flippantly, but I mean it. You can create a 50-page business plan document that goes into stupid detail, and next week you've completely changed.
Yeah, exactly.
Whereas those like you say, those
online,
and
they're really interesting. A lot of them. We were doing one today, the Pirate Summit in.
In Cologne.
That
looks good.
They've just said to apply, and it's sort of really interesting in terms of the questions. They're like, give us define risk in one sentence, and what have you done?
With an R in
exactly.
Hey, I'd be perfect there, wouldn't I? I already sound like a pirate.
A pumpkin, not a pirate. But
those type of things are really, they're very interesting, and it makes you think about your business in a different way. That's where, actually, to be honest, I think a lot of our ideas come out of those type of things, and trying to look at your business as a sort of third party and be a bit objective. It's definitely refines your product, and you learn how to talk to people about it.
How good was that?
Really good.
Will and Matthias, NearNote, or now Near.
Near, yes.
I think that's a fantastic name. It really brings up kind of path. Those sort of, I just love it. I think it's great. I love the idea of that 30-second to 12-hour window of opportunity to be spontaneous.
Yes.
Fucking love it. Totally love it.
Well, just no F-bombs.
Sorry. Gratuitous. Just really excited to see two people, so young, I don't mean that, but, to be straight out of uni or still in uni, one of them, and to be so motivated. I love it. I, see a lot of it. And
it's pretty inspiring, you have to say.
Fantastic. I wish them all the success in the world, because it's not easy.
No. As you know.
But they're saying all the right things, and they get it.
Getting on all the right podcasts.
Obviously, they're made. They're made.
They are,
I know how appearing on this show can change your life.
You do.
From the last episode, things have gone.
Your evil twin was on there.
Yeah, he was evil twin, Chris. Yeah. Lovely accent. But no, seriously, it's kind of life changing being on HashBang TV.
Obviously.
Cool.
So why are you wearing a soap t-shirt?
Dove soap. That's quite good. Yeah.
I was been thinking
it's quite nice actually. It's not one that I've worn on before.
Bit Man City, isn't it?
Yeah, well they're from Manchester, aren't they? Have you ever seen Doves?
I haven't.
They all can play each other's instruments.
Really?
So when you see them live, they move around. So the drummer goes on bass and the bassist goes on drums, and I know that wouldn't work because there's only three of them. But they all switch around.
That's cool.
Yeah, they are good. I like them a lot.
Good. That's why you're representing.
Sisters of Mercy.
Yeah.
For a change.
Well, this is the second time I've worn this.
Second time.
Yeah, it was on the preview show.
Was it?
Yeah.
All right.
The very first
Is it because all goth t-shirts look the same? They have to be white, you know,
Yeah, it has to be
Times
black.
New Roman,
It has to be black.
white text
Yeah, pretty much.
on black t-shirt.
I was going to wear my Fields of the Nephilim t-shirt,
Oh, right.
but I didn't.
Okay. Have you
So
got
maybe
any?
next time.
Have you got any Roses of the Lavalanches thing?
No, not anymore.
No t-shirts.
No.
They still make them.
No, split up a lot.
Can you get one specially made?
Not big enough. No, yeah, so...
Okay. I'd like to see you in a Rose of Avalanche t-shirt.
Would you?
Yeah. Not in that way.
Okay.
I've got
That's
some
good
new
to know.
trainers. I've got some new trainers.
Oh my god,
Look
is
at
this
them.
going to work?
They're funky, aren't they? My other ones, you see, my trainers, the reason why I mention my trainers is I bought the pair that I've been wearing every day the last year with you in San Francisco when we had this idea to do this crazy podcast
you?
thing. Yeah.
There you go.
That
Well,
you
that's quite
inspired
touching.
me to do this with you.
Why didn't you take them off for a year then? Was that-
No, I used to take them off bed.
Oh, okay.
Um,
Yeah, so actually that is a story we've never told. How we came up with the idea.
yeah,
Where it was on a plane to San Francisco.
it was.
It's quite romantic, isn't it?
It was.
Yeah.
You shouldn't have touched me in that. Anyway,
That's a different story.
It's good. It was,
But-
yeah.
Yeah,
So
it
it's
was-
been a year. It's
It was nibbling nuts at 30,000 feet. Is how we came up with this idea.
allegedly.
Yeah.
Um,
So that's, nibble nuts.
So that's
give
a
you an idea
year
for-
ago since we had the idea.
Yeah.
14 proper episodes.
6, 7 months in. 8 months in.
Yeah. How do you think it's going? Let us know. Ring the bang line.
It might be engaged.
Yeah.
You need to pick your time of day.
I get the feeling we're kind of, we're out of the starting blocks, a bit like Usain Bolt, right? So we've had a...
Is this all trainer-based analogies?
Yeah, I am. Yeah. It's sponsored by Nike. And
Are
it is
we?
Nike, not Nike,
It's
by the
Nike.
way. It's
It's
not.
Nike.
It's fucking Nike. It's Nike.
It's Nike.
Anyway, so, Usain Bolt, he doesn't start as good as the others. Yeah, so we've had a stuttering start.
Have we?
But we're kind of 30 metres, yeah, and we're starting to catch up.
Okay.
And then...
I've got a
world
very
record.
funny joke, actually, but it takes too long, so maybe
Oh.
I'll save that for another
Okay.
time. About horse jumping and fences.
Right.
Just made me remember it.
Trainers involved?
No, horses.
Okay. All right, cool.
Best punchline ever, though.
Okay.
So maybe next time.
Maybe next time.
That's something to look forward to.
Yeah.
Are you going to do the till next time thing? That's your thing, right?
Till next time. It's a wrap.
There you go.